Sit your podcast down, back better than ever. G's in the building.
Yep.
Reek's in the building.
Yep.
And McFly's in the building. And you know what? Just gonna say this. It's Murder McFly. I'm taking your moniker for a minute because I gotta speak on this shit, man. First and foremost, let's talk about how elevator rap is now. That at a goddamn fashion show in Paris, we getting diss tracks. I gotta give it to them. They're diversifying the portfolio, man. I love to see it. Thank you, Pusha T. Didn't know I wanted to see that at a fashion show, but it's whatever. It's what it is. It's what it is. Number 2 on this. I don't care about this beef, like at all, really. Like, I don't
Not at all.
I don't go like because of what Billboard. Who the fuck cares what Billboard has to say about rap? We already proved they didn't know what they were talking about. We went over this. The list was garbage. It was a garbage list. Now, with that being said, why is Jim Jones talking about this list in the first place? Jim Jones is a trash bucket. Can we stop acting like he can rap good? If Tony Yayo came out talking shit about rapping, you'd be like, nigga, you the third best in your crew. And if you count Game and Buck, you're maybe 5th. Why is the third best? Why is the Lamar Odom of the rap group talking shit about who should be where? This nigga Jim Jones is trash. Okay, he got 1 or 2 hits. He got a couple good shit. He's not I've been seeing boys say, yo, he a legend. No, he's not.
Cam a legend. Couple good choruses.
It. Cam a legend. You could say Jules is over him. This nigga Jim need to stop. Pusha has a better career than him. I'm going to say it now. Should Pusha be a top 50? You can argue he shouldn't be. That's fine. But you can't argue he shouldn't be because neither are you. It's not like you have top 50 talent.
He did say that. He said, like, I'm not in the top 50, but
that nigga not in the top 100. He need to stop. If Cam said it, I'd be like, all right. Cam can say what he want. Because Cam should be a top 50. Cam should maybe be a top 20, top 30. Like, realistically.
Yeah, Cam has had a better career than Push, too. Like, I know Twitter would probably be upset with that hip-hop Twitter.
Oh, Cam has had clearly a better career than Pusha. Like, it's like, right. That's easy to me. But I don't get it, man. And I'm going to tell you, so my last part on this is this. The diss from Pusha wasn't nothing crazy. The diss from Jim was garbage. I'll tell you right now, that was not a good response. When he fired first at you, that's a bad response. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit is
doing the best he can.
Yo, it sounds like it. I'm like,
yo, what I said earlier, he rap like me now.
Yeah,
like today.
I will say this though, Jim. People could say what they want about Jim. Jim has had a knack for getting under people's skin, and they respond. People didn't realize like Jim was going back and forth with Nas. Like Koofy Slapper era was like at Nas consistently.
It was.
And
he got like that. He should never talk to him.
Right.
Nas should never feel like he has to respond.
Right. But Nas did have to he had to because Jim he keeps the pressure on. Right.
He does.
He keeps the pressure because the other thing is like he's not gonna I know I cannot rap you, but I can keep threatening you.
But he gonna all Harlem you. He gonna smooth talk. He gonna shit talk. He gonna be like, yo, you gonna respond me eventually. And he got some great smooth talk. I give him that. He gonna talk that shit, but he can't rap. He may be like that in the streets, but he can't rap like that. He's not
right, and he know that. But he know how to get.
He know that,
and he know that. But he know how to get under his skin. So that's why I like a lot of people saying like Jim is up because when you think about it, he got under Pusha T's skin so much by saying he's not top 50 that Pusha T decided to make a song and then release it at a Louis Vuitton fashion show.
That shit's still
in France.
Hilarious.
Like, why would you if you that much bigger than Jim Jones. Why are you thinking about Jim Jones?
Well, that's the thing. He not that much. That's the thing. They're
right,
not.
and I keep telling people that.
Yo,
Right.
what was it? What did you say, G? You were like, I gotta look back at when Pusha T became who everybody thinks he is, or
yeah,
who he
yeah.
thinks he is.
Who he thinks he is.
When did this happen? Because I feel like I've been listening to music all my life, and I don't remember him being who people say he is.
Right. I've been attacked by several people for saying the same thing, G. Because you know what it really came, like a lot of people that hate Drake so much that they started liking Pusha T more and started boosting him up. It's like the Andre 3000 people. Like where was like just 3 stacks people before he started doing one verse a year? Like,
the one verse a year crowd got crazy. It was like, come on, nigga, stop.
Right. Like he knows solo albums, nothing. But the Pusha T is like it's like the same thing. Like when you look at his solo career, like just solo, not clips. Jim probably has more hits than Pusha T. Just solo.
I mean, how many solo hits does Jim have?
But was
Did
it
Jim have?
We Fly High, Summer Miami, What You Drinking on, Pop Champagne?
I'm giving him 2. Pop Champagne was
Yeah,
trash.
but his songs just like chant songs.
But they're club songs.
Yeah, exactly. He did what he's supposed to do. Ain't no shade. I think what sucks about it is like I don't have beef with Pusha T. I don't have beef with Jim, but like for them to be trying to elevate with people that are actually good is crazy to me.
Yeah, because like
I think Pusha can rap though. I think Pusha's a better rapper.
Oh, clearly.
Jim just gets on the track and says gibberish. I ain't hearing that shit.
Yeah. So, but it's like Pusha T albums. Like I'll probably throw on a Jim album before I listen to Pusha T.
I would not actually. Like,
and I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way.
I would listen to as far as single tracks, maybe a few on Jim's side, but as far as like body of work, I'm gonna go Pusha T on that one. But I do think it's weird that you know what? It's smart by Jim on this respect. He picked a nigga out of the top 50 he felt that he could get to. That was smart.
And to me, he probably sitting there thinking like, is he really top 50? Like it's
like he could have said anything else. He could have said, I don't think Jay should be number 1 necessarily, out of respect to Big and Pop. He could have said something like that, which is a reasonable statement. Right. He wasn't doing that shit because first off, if Jay responds, yikes. But he's like, that nigga don't give a fuck about me. So like there's not a good chance of that. If I say something about Pusha though, that nigga made a spot.
But Jim was like the same way me and G were. Where did all this Pusha, like where did this come from?
I think he did put out some really good shit. I just feel like it's one of those things where like, did anybody listen to it? Like I think some people did, but not to the people who did. Like I listened to a lot of his shit, so I was like, yo, he can on fire. But like again, part of being, and again to Jim's point, part of being in the top 50 is like the bitches want to be with you and the guys want to be like you. And I don't know if he's ever had that moment, whereas other guys definitely can say they have.
Right. So like that, I think that's a big thing. Like, because Jim made some valid points. Like, yo, what puts him in the top 50? Yeah, he can rap, but has he done this, and this? Like, has he, like, you know what I mean? And this is like, because I was looking like, I know he wouldn't be in my top 50. Probably wouldn't be in G's top 50.
No.
We'll push it. Be in my top 50.
Like, just because, like, if you like Clips as a group, if you add groups to a top 50 or whatever, like, yeah, of course, Clips probably be in there. But if you just push it as
it's
a solo
hard to
artist,
take him. If you specifically have him as a solo artist, I mean, that's tough. I mean, that is tough. He may be in my top 50. I don't know, but it's like the fact I got like he's not like is 50 my top is 50 my top 50? Yes. Busta, yes.
Yeah,
Jay,
exactly.
yeah. There's other guys where I'm like 100. Cam, yes, 100%. Yeah. He's one of those guys that like we gotta see, and maybe
when I get to the 40s, let me see. Like,
yeah,
right.
Like,
if I was building my top 50, you would have to recommend him to me for me to even think to put him on there. You'd have to be like, yo, you add Pusha? But you know what? I didn't add Pusha. No.
He's good at 49.
I'm still caught up on the idea that of all the niggas that's questioning this, I gotta consider my source. Jim made a good point, but you not that guy. You not that guy at all.
And Jim embraces it. Jim is actually playing this really smart because that's why I think Jim is winning right now because Jim is getting all the attention. He got Pusha T trying to be super strategic and all this other stuff. Because the other thing, I've never been really impressed with Pusha T because everybody act like he the boogeyman. All he does is look up, try to find some dirt and rhyme it. Like it ain't like he really out bar. Because I remember even Drake said, "I thought we was gonna just go bar for bar." You just looking up personal stuff, like because remember the only thing about that diss to Drake is you're hiding a child. That's the only thing people remember.
I mean,
that's it.
That's a bomb though.
It is, but
like you know what I think you know why I think he had to do that though. This is and maybe with Jim is different. When he beefed Drake, you're not fighting Drake. You're fighting fucking Toronto. You're fighting Canada. You're fighting 1 million fucking fans. You're fighting 1 billion streams. Like, it don't matter. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. He cooked that nigga. Cooked him. It didn't matter. No, so he had to have bombs. The only bomb that when he dropped that bomb about you having a kid and who was with, that's what got he would have. I said from jump, bar for bar, he's killing him. But that don't matter because he's Drake and
right.
But
even when you look at Drake's disc that came out first, bar wise, I think it was better than with Pusha T because Pusha T was just throwing the dirt out. He wasn't rapping like he usually rap.
I can see maybe okay
because Drake was like I think we going. I think because even Drake said I thought we was gonna rap like a battle. He ain't do that. So like Pusha T, even like he's always been to me like a chatty. He even snitched on LeBron. Oh yes, Jules thing, like Pusha T rapped about that way before that came out. He always been like a chatty, like I'm just gonna throw out somebody's personal business. Like you, to me, is like for you to be such a great MC, where are your punchlines, your bar? Like where are those at? You know what I mean? Like we watch a lot of I watch a lot of battle rap. So it's like I know when guys like have that personal third round. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna address some personal stuff, but the other rounds are bars. You know what I mean? I'm expecting him to do that, but he really don't do that. So right now it's like Jim is saying, like, what you gonna say about me that ain't out already?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, and if I'm being honest with myself, I don't listen to solo Pusha ever. If I'm gonna play some music, I'm not saying it's bad. It ain't something that I'm ready to chill to. Like I'll put on some Jim though. Like I'll put on some things that Jim's associated with, but at the same time, both of their
shit. No. What you just snuck that in there. You can't do that. You can't say I listen to some solo Jim and then go something he's associated with. No. Solo Jim. Ain't nobody got solo Jim.
Yeah, but contextually, I don't listen to Pusha. Period.
That's fine, but I just think there's a big distinction between solo Jim and Jim in Dipset. Because Dipset had one of the best eras in hip hop, I think, ever. Top 5 for me as far as me growing, yes. But just Jim, nah.
Solo Jim, Dipset era, those albums, they all had hits on them.
One
from that first album, like Certified Gangsters, that was a hit. Crunk Music, that was on Jim's album.
But wasn't that also on the?
Yeah, it was on both, but it was on Jim's album first.
That don't count. Those don't count. Those don't count to me.
But it's like, but Certified Gangsters, that's a solo Jim album song. But that's like during the height. Like, so when you think of like the Diary of Summer, like what was it? We Fly High, that was on Hustle's Poem. What You Drank, that was on Harlem, that was a Diary of Summer, Somewhere in Miami. Like those are all Dipset era joints.
Summer in Miami and We Fly High. I'll give you those. But them other shits,
the other Dipset, like Cam and them was on those songs, but it's like they
Cam songs. I'm sorry, like it's one of those things where I'm not because there's no verse that he puts out to me. Like I've heard verses or songs from Pusha that are just his, but I'm like, all right, like his verse was hard, his song was hard. Like, but Jim is just not as many to me. a lot of his best shit is gonna be in the context of being with one of them boys.
I agree.
You know how I listen to more than both of them?
Though. Who's that?
Kodak Black.
Me too.
Yeah, I almost.
You know, it's funny. Like I saw a dude on the crazy Pusha T fan. He was like, "Yo, the Generation Z, they listen to Pusha T more. They listen to Jim Jones." I was like, "Yo, I'm around Gen Z every single day. They don't listen to either one of them.
They probably listen to either one of them.
None of them. Like I was like, they don't listen to Pusha T or Jim. So like, what are you talking about?
I think Pusha T has a better chance because he's got the more recent shit. But
yeah,
no
but even if, like
Jim Jones is the Jim Jones is essentially a hype man. Let's just call it Jim Jones is a hype man. That's what he is. He's a hype man that got on with his mans and they made it big. But he a hype man.
I bet if you do a solo Push versus solo Jim in a versus, Jim is going to win that.
No. Jim is going to have rounds that are undeniable. We Fly High, Summer Miami. If you're gonna give him certified gangster, then yeah, those are three dubs right there. But after that, if you specify not group, because group for group, Dipset shitting on the clips, 100%. I think the problem is gonna be if you did a versus, who knows Pusha shit, and you're like, well, that's the problem. His shit is hard though, but if you didn't listen to his shit, like
as I was saying, I think Jim got more recognized, like from his solo albums, has more recognizable songs.
We gotta put that theory to the test. We gotta put that theory to the test. I don't know.
Because I think Pusha's better than Jim.
Right. That's
I think clear. Jim will win.
Clear. Right. Right. In the verses, I think Jim would beat him. Solo for solo. Like Pusha's had Jay-Z verses and still ain't blow up as a solo artist.
True. But as long as we accept the fact that
no, it's not
Jim
even close.
Good, then
it's not even close.
I'm
not even close.
I'm fine saying the verse is debatable, but he not good. No, if we can accept that, then that's fine. I'll let that go.
Yeah, rapping wise, it ain't even close. No.
Right.
No. If they were to stand like in front of each other and did a smack URL battle, Pusha's going to destroy it.
Just demolish him.
Right. Come up with 16 30. Right now.
Right. Yeah.
Jim is not going to win that way.
No.
All right. Well, as long as we feel that way, that's fine.
I think
now give Jim a camera and like some antics.
Right. That's why Jim. That's why Jim is winning right now. Yeah, right. That's why I think Jim is winning right now. Jim is going to do everything except really rap.
Give him a camera and some antics. Even his little video, like he fresh off the block trying to rap to a nigga. I'm like, okay. And then he started
listening to that joint like, yo, who? Did his little cousin write this? Who the hell?
Like, why you?
And it was over Pusha beat. And it was over Pusha beat.
And it sounded horrible. I'm like, he flows, he ride the beat, and you just over there just falling on it. Like, could you fucking do something different?
He wasn't even on. Not that you, because I just listened to it right before this. He wasn't even on beat most of it.
No, he was.
No, I'm like, that's not even the pace of the beat. What are you doing?
But he doing the same thing he did to Nas. Like, I'm going to just put so much pressure. Like, I'm going to be at your neck every day until you say. But
I also think it's kind of. I wasn't as too. It's also kind of corny on Jim part because like you picked him, but like he is a better rapper than you. It isn't like he said something to you, you responded to him. You picked this fight, and I think it does stink of I'm not irrelevant rap-wise or really culture-wise. Let me get some steam going and talk some shit and maybe get a buzz around me. So I don't love it for that reason, but
it's working.
It's working.
Because he got, like I said, he got under skin. Like, as a Push T could have ignored him just like Lil Wayne ignored him for a decade. Bush was sending shots at Wayne. Like, people keep forgetting. He sending shots at Wayne for like 10 years.
He did. No,
Wayne never said nothing back.
Just like, why would I talk to you?
I don't think Wayne is conscious. I saw that interview he did with was the other smoke or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what plane he's in. He's not on Earth.
He said he's an alien. He's been saying that for a long time. I think it's about how me accept that he is, because no, he's not. He's not with us. He's not.
What's his artist? Alan Alan.
Yo, we are not doing that. We are not doing that.
I don't know.
That
We ain't
nigga's
had a
name.
music pod in a while. We ain't had a music pod in
I
a
don't
long
know.
time.
Alan with
That
two.
might be
Alan with
time.
2 A's. Alan with 2 A's.
What did you say?
Not
It
even
was
the cool
Allen Houston, not Ray Allen or some shit.
Yeah. Not even Allen Iverson. It's like the Allen Houston.
Oh shit! Sorry, New York fans. You know, I like Allen, but
Yeah, we like Allen Houston, but we know he's no Allen Iverson. Allen with the E's. Allen's with E's just seem to be better.
Yeah, the Allen with the E is better. The Allen with the E is better. Okay. Well, speaking of NBA, that's actually a good segue.
Well, before you get to that, I'm just upset. Rap beef is supposed to be fun, and when rap beef happened, I'm supposed to be at the edge of my seat waiting for the next verse, and I'm upset that this isn't that.
Well,
because yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, just in that thought, I don't think dudes want rap beef. They're scared of it. Like, everybody now is best buddies and friends and shit. It's either like, I want you dead tomorrow and niggas send shots at niggas, or it's we're best buddies. Yeah. There's no like competition. There's none of that anymore.
Right. It's not. Like Jim was on Joe Budden's podcast. He called in and he did say, like, let's have fun. Like, I want it to be fun, like a rap battle. Like, so I think he understands that too. Like, it's like no in between no more. Like, dudes just don't battle no more. Like, dudes, like you said, either hate each other and want to kill each other, or they super friendly.
It is funny too that Jim said that shit. He was like, "Who gonna spin a block for him?" And he was just like, "Now you don't know street shit," because he was like, "Cause you know I'm on the street shit." I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably right."
You're right.
I will not listen. No disrespect. I 100% believe you got a nigga on the block. 100%. I ain't gonna try that shit. But he said, like, rap wise, who gonna hop in the beef with him? I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong.
No.
Malice, he said Pharrell. Yeah, I don't know who else Push can call him. Who he got in the chamber to come rap for him.
But that's why like it sucks because Jim will be a really fun person to have a rap beef with, even though he can't rap. It's not. I'm not looking for bars. I'm looking for his Insta. I'm looking for his Twitter. Like, you know what I mean?
I'll listen to an old Dipset song and still laugh when he says "Koofy Slapper." Because it'd be random out of nowhere, like.
But you know what? He has that energy of like, I'm gonna say whatever I want because if we get off these tracks, nigga, you don't want the smoke. And he's right. So you kind of gotta stick to these bars where you gotta rap with a nigga that can't even rap because he gonna be like, if you don't want to rap, I'm good at that.
Right.
I don't want that.
Now you're coming in my area.
This is what I really wanted in the first place. You don't want this. So